Happy Friday, y'all. So James O'Keefe and Project Veritas just released the third part of their expose on CNN and the whole Russia conspiracy, the infamous Van Jones's nothing burger.
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
I mean, for the most part, anybody that's really been following along all this time is pretty much aware that it's all a nothing burger. I mean, they've been, since Seth Rich, the Russia thing has been going on, since Trump has been elected, inaugurated, they've been, pushing Russia, collusion. No evidence at all for any of this. Plenty of senators and all sorts of people. James Comey himself says that there's nothing to it. There's no evidence. It's basically a dead, beaten horse. But as we saw in the first video this week that O'Keefe brought out, it's all about ratings.
Then why is CNN constantly like Russia this, Russia that?
Because it's ratings. It's ratings.
Because it's ratings?
Our ratings are incredible right now.
It's all about ratings. And then part 2 of the video.
And CNN host and political commentator Van Jones says the Russia story is fake news.
The Russia thing is just a big nothing burger.
Really? You don't think that
There's nothing there you can do.
Get a break.
As you can see here, Van Jones, Mr. Whitelash, whatever he said when Trump won the election, all us white people who didn't like black Barack Obama. It was a reactionary vote against Barack Obama because he was black. And obviously all those white people that voted for him the first time, they became racist and they had to vote for Donald Trump this time. Anyway, Mr. Van Jones says Russia's a nothing burger. We already knew that, but thanks for the confirmation, buddy. I mean, that's more or less what this James O'Keefe stuff is. It's not completely shocking information. It's not like, he let some secret out of the bag that no one was aware of. What it is, though, it's confirmation. When you hear it from the horse's mouth, when you hear it from CNN producers and hosts, and you see them say that they're doing it for ratings, that it's nothing burgers, that there's nothing there, that there's no evidence.
It's all about the money.
She was caught on tape not knowing she was being videotaped, so she wouldn't have said that.
Sometimes that's when you're the most honest.
Well, there you go.
It's all confirmation. And speaking of confirmation, CNN has, it's confirmation bias, right? It's like this new guy that they got in part 3, this producer, Chris Carr, I believe his name is, says, 90% of us think that, Trump's batshit crazy. He doesn't care. He doesn't care about gay marriages and things like that. And yeah, that's true.
You mean he'd be pro-gay marriage or anti-gay marriage?
I don't think he gives a shit.
Trump has been the first sitting president to be pro-gay marriage. I mean, it took some serious arm twisting to get both Hillary and Barack Obama in favor of gay marriage. Whatever your thoughts on gay marriage is, if you're for it, you should not be mad at Trump because he doesn't really care if you're gay and married. It means nothing to him. But anyway, that has nothing to do with this. This guy, he says how the majority of CNN think that Trump's crazy. They don't like him. CNN is just biased. They're biased against Trump. And regardless of what he says, what he does, what he's about, they're going to paint him in a negative light. That's it. That's what this shows us. And this also shows us what CNN thinks of the American voter.
Would it be fair to question the intellect of the American voter?
Oh no, they're stupid as shit. I hate to be this with you.
Now, that's basically what's going on here. CNN doesn't care about the truth. That's what we see in this Project Veritas video. I'm not going to play the whole thing. I just wanted to show a few clips. I will put the link down below in the box in case you haven't seen it and you'd like to see it. Please do. Go watch Project Veritas. Subscribe to their channel. They brought out a lot of information. Again, not all of it completely groundbreaking. Sometimes it's just what we've already known. But again, you hear it straight from the horse's mouth. And it gives it some legitimacy, which is great. That's all we need sometimes. But this just goes to show that CNN is unfair to Trump, always, no matter what the story is.
CNN, it's an impartial, right? Do they?
They're going to be unfair to him. Hit piece after hit piece. And this explains why. Ratings, they all think he's crazy. They all think you're stupid. This is fake news. This is why Trump and everybody else calls them fake news. Sometimes they literally make fake news. Sometimes they skew it in such a way to make it in their narrative, which makes it fake because you're not telling the whole story. This is why CNN and MSNBC, Fox News, the New York Times, the Washington Post, the dying legacy fake stream media, they're outdated. They rely on people sitting down and watching their lies or buying their newspaper and reading their lies. This is what happens. This is like a sinking ship and you're just trying to grab onto something, to hold on to something before you go down completely, right? This is what's happening. CNN, the fake stream media, they're going down. They're going down completely. They know it. They're irrelevant. They're outdated. They don't tell the truth. Why should we care what they have to say? We got the internet for that, right? We can search for sources online. We can search for news all over the country, all over the world. We can get it instantaneously. We can also interact with it. If you ever notice these big sites, if you go to like CNN or a lot of big sites, they don't have comment sections. Why is that? They did have comment sections at one time. It would just be full-on attacks on their lies, on their fake news. So they end up omitting their comment sections. I just saw, if I can remember the clip, I'd find it and pull it up to show you. But I just saw a clip of one of the guys from the Young Turks talking about something, again, fake news, lies, and one of the Young Turks hosts says to the other Young Turks hosts, what have we talked about before? Why do we need comments? They don't want comments because they don't want people to have a voice to denounce their lies and their fake news. It's like when you watch the news or watch anything on TV, on the idiot box. Back in the old days, right before the days of the internet. Some of you young people out there may not remember these days, but there was a time the internet didn't exist. And all you had was the TV. And it's blaring information, or what they claim to be information, out at you. And you can yell back at it, but they don't hear. They don't hear it. Nowadays, you have comments, you have up and down votes. People can see. We can create a census. We can respond back. You can make videos like this, responding back to their lies. They don't like that. They liked having the one-sided monopoly on your mind. But it's no longer like that. And it's getting less and less in their favor. And even when they go on sites like YouTube, which is why YouTube had to start censoring people, taking away ad revenue, things like that. Because these big corporations are trying to take over the internet now, but they're failing at it. They don't know how to do it. They come in with all their producers, their old school way of doing the news, and they're trying to bring that online, and it doesn't work. We see it. Not me personally. I have low viewership right now. Please, let's change that, folks. But there are a lot of people like me who are just here with the camera producing information and news who get tens of thousands, if not millions of views and watches and hits. And they're scared of that. They're scared of us. They're scared of the internet. They're scared of dying and losing their money. That's what it's about. They're about money. That's why they're about ratings. Anyway, thanks to James O'Keefe for doing some real investigative journalism, going out there, finding the story, getting the undercover work, not just these faceless, nameless, anonymous stories, but actual recordings, video recordings of these people saying this stuff. So again, go watch Project Veritas, link below. That's all I got for this video. If you got anything to add, I want to hear your comments. Go ahead, leave them in the boxes below. If you like this video, please thumb it up. If you haven't done so yet, subscribe to my channel. And I'll see you on the flip side.
No more fake news.